Okay, so let's get down to what we were doing yesterday. All of you heard yesterday. Osa is here. Yesterday he was wearing black. Today he's wearing white. I honestly don't know what that means. Osa, are you sending us any message or is just a coincidence? Yesterday you incoming. Because yesterday you wore a cap. Today you are not wearing a cap.
Today is Friday. Today is a little bit step.
Today you are going for Juma. Even for Juma you must wear a cap. Right. So Osa and I were talking yesterday. We were just rambling and talking about politics and the presidency and so on and so forth. And because I wasn't completely satisfied, it looks as if we just scratched the surface. I said we will continue tomorrow. By the way, before I forget, tomorrow is a discourse with Jimi Disu at 9 o'clock here. And I'm going to be talking to a 13-year-old boy who is a cancer survivor. He got cancer. He contracted or got whatever it is at the age of 3. And so I'm going to ask him and sit with him for his experience. He will be brought here by his dad, but I'm going to throw the dad outside the studio so that he can let me talk to the boy and in the language that both of us will understand. I'm very good with kids. I'm very good with kids. In fact, also, I'm so good with kids sometimes I wonder maybe I should have one more, but how would that happen? Do you advise that I do?
You can. After all, some old men have one.
So are you saying I'm an old man?
Young old man.
Young old man. Okay, let's get down to business. Osa, yesterday I asked you a question. Fashola's name keeps cropping up in a very quiet manner. He hasn't said one word. He's delivered 1 or 2 papers in recent times that gives me a feeling that could he have this aspiration or not. What I heard from the grapevine is that his own thinking is unless Baba tells him,
the president,
unless, because he's a very practical person. One thing about you have to give it to him. Unless the president tells him to go ahead, that he's not, but he's ready to do it, and I think he has the wherewithal to do it, but that he won't touch it with a mile-long pole unless the president tells him to. What do you think of that?
Fashola as a president, it's not as if it's a bad idea. Well, I don't think it's you see, there are 3. Okay, there are 2 people already, indirectly. So the vice president, who from his body language, his body language, I'm not come out and say,
no, he's coming out.
He's coming out. Okay, the vice president and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to become president soon. Now, if you don't give them the tickets, the 2 of them, any one of them a ticket, and you want to go and bring one of them again, whether you like it or not, at least to see part of their circle, as BRF, it will be tough. It will be tough thing. And moreover,
tough how? What do you think will happen?
They will say they will want to bring an outsider from that circle. So that because I think there will be bad blood, feelings,
if you choose one of these 2 that you mentioned, there'll be bad blood anyway. So if you choose somebody that you feel you want and might be able to do the job, why not? There's going to be. One of the things that have been running in my mind is I've kept saying to myself, I don't know how well Tinubu will be able to handle either the success or the failure of this project. If you look at his body language, he's not ready to hear any no for as an answer. You can see that in him when he now talks about dirty and
that to me, it's not. He can't force himself to the villa.
No, he can't.
No,
I'm not looking at it from our own logical standpoint. I'm not looking at it from his own psychological.
He will do his best. So if he can convince his party members to give him the ticket, then I think that should be his hard. It's not about him. It's not about him visiting traditional rulers and stuff like that. I think it's for him to not to convince the delegate that will come to there to tell him to give him the ticket. So I think that should be his main
Why
focus.
did you mention traditional rulers? You think that he should spend more time within running around the party than
those people cannot do anything now. Those people cannot do jack now. Just waste of time. Who listen to those people again? Nobody listens to traditional rulers.
Apart from that, you don't even know what is in their mind.
So I think he should be working on fringe states like that don't have governors. There are about 16 of them that don't have governors. They don't have APC governors. She's working on them. The party, they fund them, things like that. I'm sure he has been doing that for a while. So these are places that you should be looking at, focusing on. Not you're getting from one. Maybe you try to say, so that all the Southwest traditional rulers will not gather and say, this is our only son. That this will is the only person that we want to put. I'm sure that's what it is. That is his.
Well,
that is his logic.
even I've observed the body language, especially one prominent traditional ruler in the West.
I know him. I know what you're talking about.
I observed his body language, and this gentleman had to keep telling him, "I want to be president." I said, well, "Calm down now." but the guy, he's a complete gentleman. This Oba I'm talking about, complete gentleman, experience, military background, and so on and so forth. He just kept playing non-committal. Yes, non-committal. Tinubu needs to learn from the experience of Abiola. The people who did Abiola in the most were people of the Southwest who were very close to him after they don't chop him money. That was
the second, not the MPN time. That's the
not the MPN time, the SDP time. The people they were those who were close to him, and that is evident in the things that followed suit. And if you were to go by Mustafa's interview about those who went into the villa and came out laughing a day after he died, that tells you a lot of things. But let's go there, or else we will completely derail. In the PDP too, we have some other people that are surfacing. Kingsley Bongalu is in what party now?
I think he's in the last time. I think it's like YPP or something. I don't know. I think YPP.
Does that help him?
No.
You think he should go in the mainstream parties?
I think so.
I think that if he has a real, genuine ambition to sit in that seat in Aso Rock, he might have to compromise and go to one of the two mainstream parties. On the other hand, if all he wants to do is to up the ante, some people will run to say that, look, in their minds, I know that I can't make it, but I want to up the ante. I want to
see. Let me put it this way now. Kingsley Moghalu, it's fantastic gentleman. I've not met him, but from when you see him talk and you see his vision, you see these are the kind of people that would need them to be in the driving seat or like co-piloting or somewhere around the big table. But you see, we being in the party that somebody in Damaturu does not even know that party exists.
Yes.
And it's an election that will take place in 774 local governments in over 150 or around 20 or 30,000 polling units. That is 130,000 polling units. So let's get down to the real details of this business. That means you need to have 120,000 agents in those places who will monitor stuff for
and
you.
Are familiar.
That's like volunteers and are familiar now. Now, you don't wake up and say, I want to be a president. Then the second one. Now, are you going to be a president in a house dominated by the big parties? You can't get anything done.
Yes.
In those places.
They're squeezy.
So even if Nigerians say, okay, we like your fine face, you wear your jacket very well, you are good talking, clap hard, the youths come out in mass and vote for you. When you get to the villa, you now find out that it's not as easy as you think it is, because you have some people to deal with in the legislature. So if they are not your party members, there's no way you can push through your agenda. So there's no agenda that you can push through. So they will frustrate you, tell you to decamp to any of the majority there, come and join us, then we can do this work to you. So it's for you, let's not deceive ourselves. We have about 20 or 30 parties. See, let all of them just collapse themselves into one major this thing, and let's start from there. So at least let's say, okay, everybody puts their resources together and let's see how we can tackle the two monsters. That that have come. But if you say you want to go on your own, you want to go, it's just you are just being, I just want to participate. Just like, so, okay, for example, now you go to the World Cup. So we know the traditionals, that you know the traditional winners. There are not more than 7 countries that you think among themselves that the one of them can be the World Cup winner. Now you now say somebody like a country like Qatar or something, except as if something just happened by chance. But in a political thing like that, you can't wake up one year and say you are from XYP party and you want to capture Nigeria. It's very difficult.
I guess that also affects the female candidate that we have, Khadijat.
Khadija, see, to me, I listen to her.
She's gone quiet these days.
I listen to her, and to me, you see, where they are not focusing on, you see, you don't just wake up from your one side of the bed and say, oh, I want to become president of Nigeria, and I laugh. We need people, young people, to be in the State House of Assemblies. Let's focus. It's a journey of 3 election cycles, not just 2023.
Yes.
It's a process. We need our malemas like we have in South Africa. We need them to come in. We need to say, okay, our target this year is to make sure that we have 30% of all State House of Assembly by youth or manned by another party who are not part of the mainstream parties. Then that is the first job. So at the National Assembly, we're able to get like 25 or 30%. So those voices will be shouting there, no, we don't agree. No, we agree. No, this will not happen. This kind of thing that we do. Nigerians will start seeing them. Then we go to the next election. 2027. So our target is to, can we get 50%? So it's a journey. So waking up now and say, I want to become president. Rather, you should become the representative of Igbejuleki at the State House of Assembly. You should become an assemblyman in Egbado North or something in Ogun State. That's what you should be doing now. So we should put those people there. Not about us becoming president. Everybody is fixated at president. Whereas, let me tell you, do you know why Nigeria has not developed? Because we have a bunch of 36 people who are ruling the states, who collect as much as 40 to 50% of our revenues, because they collect what is due to them. They corner the ones for the local government because local governments are under them.
Yes.
They dissolve local government, put cronies as caretaker committee, do all sorts of things, and you think we can develop? We cannot develop. And when I hear people say regional, structure and cool, if it happens today, it is this bunch of people that will still seize power there.
Exactly.
They will still continue this merry-go-round that thing they are doing now. So we should be talking about Khadijas of this world and co. Should be talking about how can I become a governor of Lagos State or something like that. Not to talk about federal. See, you going to become the president of Nigeria, you need a massive war chest. And like you said, you have to do business with the good,
the bad,
and the bad, so that to get there. So you get there. It is what is in your mind that you know what you want to do and go and do there. Let me first of all grab the executive powers. When I get there, I know how to manage all those people. Because the way Buhari was talking about fuel subsidy corruption, this one, all of us started clapping hands. He's there now. This is the 7th year in 2 months' time. It's going to be 7 years there. Nothing has stopped. Yes. Rather the subsidy has ballooned up. Business is still as usual. So those are places that we need to also focus our attention on. So not everything does not begin and end in the office of the president. The president is to me one of the least of our problems. We need to get people around everywhere.
But what happened to Saraki? I thought there was something that said that Saraki wants to run.
Saraki wants to run. He has declared for PDP now. He's going around.
But it's kind of quiet.
No, I follow him on social media. I see what he goes around different places. So I just follow some of them. I just see what they do. I see.
What kind of chances do you think he has?
Most of the governors of PDP in the south wants powers to go back to the south. So I think that's where Saraki's chances are.
Is Saraki a northerner or a southerner?
Well, Kwara in the geopolitical setting.
He's in the center.
He's in the north, not central. So
Africa,
it's part
center
of the
world.
So it's part of the north.
But he swings,
And so he has, he's a Lagos boy now. So he's, and Yoruba, those Yoruba, part of Yoruba stuff. I think his mom is from those stuff.
One of the papers here is saying that, like you just hinted now, like just said that even the PDP are thinking of a southern candidate.
Some of them are saying, yes. They should put the ticket. Some of the governors are saying, no, not ticket. Let's go back here now. Yes. So forget those.
So what then happens to Atiku?
Already. Atiku getting that ticket is going to become very dicey.
Almost impossible.
It's very difficult because the odds are now getting stacked against him. He's piling up every day. His age, and the move. This current president cost so many things for people like him now. Because the way they ruled, the way they did all sorts of stuff, and now people are saying no. we have to come back to the south. We have to collect our 8 years.
Yes.
So there's notice. And you see why I don't want to sound, because why I don't want to say something here is that when you mention BRF, BRF, fantastic candidate, but no, as Minister for Works, well, people are trying to get to see some other part of him, in the federal setting. One, BRL, the average Southern man that I have spoken to, let us be sincere with ourselves now. Let us not, like you said, the children are in school now. Let's say it to us. Let's say it is now. The average Southern man wants a Christian to become president.
Are you sure religion is that important?
It is part of it now. When you speak to people, they say, no problem, yes, we agree, I know, but Christian will be part of it. My friend who comes from Middle Belt, so I was discussing with him, he said the father called him, father in the building, I said, no, the power must go to South too, but he must be a Christian. That's your man there in Lagos. No, don't give anybody is a Christian, because we know what we suffered in these past 7 years. That's what they're thinking now. So see, what I would like to know, we are divided like that, and the politicians divided us. Like so that you're thinking that no, we can't do 8 years. No, for what? No. Let's do our 8 years.
So do you? I'm hearing this for the first time. It doesn't sound strange, but all along in my head, I never thought of the religious factor. But I knew it could crop up.
No, anyway. it will crop up. It will crop up. So because that's why.
If you are talking of religion, then this man has another thing stacked up against him.
No, that's what people are already saying. Now people from saying no. That's what people are going to use those things now. Because even the president, when the president wanted to become this, when he offered himself, or so they offered himself that I want to become a vice president, then I said we can't do Muslim tickets in the country.
But we did it before he won.
Who?
Abiola was.
Then now, because we're coming from a military background now, so we're like, but now after they look at what has happened,
and it hasn't actually been helped by those who run the country, especially the president. His own tenure has heightened this divide.
That's what I'm saying now.
It has heightened.
So because when you look at his inner caucus, look at people manning the security apparatus of the country. So you see they're all from one area and from one religion. So the other people,
true.
So the other people that start feeling that no, when he comes back, we won't take that team. So it is we.
But it is sad. It is sad that that all the kind of things you have to balance. Ethnic balancing, religious balancing. Even when you get down, for example, you say, the two Yorubas cannot come from Ogun. One must come. It's amazing that we have allowed ourselves to be divided this far. But look at the irony. When the former governor of Lagos, I'll never tire of talking about him, when he dealt with that Anglican priest and told him to vacate within 24 hours, one of the archbishops said that, look at life. We were better treated under a Muslim governor of BRF than this one who is a Christian. So I keep wondering, to what extent do these things matter? If you have a governor, for example, in Lagos, who that's what brought up Sanwo-Olu. It's Hamzat that we heard was from the stories, but they said no. And our religious leaders themselves have added to this divide. They've wielded so much influence. And at the end of the day, to a large extent, it's for their own personal whatever, so they can look at what happened during Jonathan's period when they were sauntering in and out.
It's happening now.
It's happening now.
People are going to different stars and are holding
the new Mecca is Abuja.
People are going there to read. That's how it is. Just unfortunately, that's how we are wired. So maybe we take.
I think the least we can tell our own people is you better vote for the person, because if you have a Christian, for example, it's not going to tar roads where you have only churches.
No, it's not going to do those things. But you see, the truth of the matter is that the current
the problem is that it is the guys at the top, still the elites, that are the beneficiaries. They are the ones who can put their children in job, who can do all kinds of things. To the ordinary, if you have a Christian governor, as someone who is governor there, what has it done to Philip as a Christian? Nothing. What has it done to me as a Christian? Nothing.
I agree.
Nothing. It is this influential, you call them buccaneers. They are the ones who plant these things in the minds of our people.
The truth of the matter is that, see, let's put it this way: the average Southerner doesn't care about who rules. Because to him, if you make life meaningful for him,
that's it.
That's his own. So everything's working for me. Yes. I can feed, I can eat, I have a shelter, I can do this thing. But when when you now have a government that comes in and now starts showing you some biases towards religion and stuff like that, ethnicity and co, then you now start thinking that, okay, this country belongs to all of us.
The part of the complaints that I have about this lack of balancing of the president is not for me to benefit as an individual. It's for us to have stability in the country.
Yes.
Like in the security network now, nobody from the top in the southeast, but you have Igbos who are down the line within the system. What do you think their thinking would be? Do you expect them to be 100% loyal to the man at the top? Of course not. They're human beings, and therefore you will. So what you will have, if care is not taken, you will have a divided security network with everybody in there to take care of himself and his countryman.
That's what is happening now.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
So you see that's why I say this president did not. It made matters worse. And so we are not saying it was. Some people are saying 7-8 years of hell. So let's enjoy this one now. Then we can come back again and start doing it the way it is, because that's the truth. Because everybody from your intelligence unit are all manned by one section of the people.
But let me ask you, Wemimo, do I have much more time? Okay, but let me ask you, how did we come to a position where everybody just kind of believes that the presidency should go to the southwest? How did that come about? Yes.
Nobody said the president goes to southwest.
No, I mean there's a general feeling that it's the southwest. I mean,
no, that one is that is the leaders in APC now.
Oh, I see.
Southwest leaders APC.
So it's not like that in the PDP.
So are you telling the people in the PDP in South or something to say they want to hand over the power?
No, I'm just asking. No,
so that's an APC.
No, vex.
No, No, I'm saying that's an APC. That's an APC thing now.
That's an APC.
That's an APC.
So what's the PDP thing?
I don't know what they want to do. So I'm not a card-carrying member of PDP. So it's what I read.
Yeah, you are a sympathizer.
You know what?
You sympathize.
I voted for this man 2015.
Who?
Buhari. 2015. I didn't vote for him in 2019 because after 6 months of 2015, I knew that this thing we're heading towards calamity.
Okay, I got to take a break. I got to pay a bill. When I come back, we'll open up our lines and we'll continue with this discussion. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
You welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, brought to you courtesy Amstel Malta. Osa is in the studio. Our lines are open 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190. Let me take the first caller. Hello, good morning. Hey, Kelvin. How now?
To go be the glory. Also, my friend, I greet you.
Good morning, Mr. Kelvin.
Yes. In the bid of not trying to allow Conde, I think I must come to the defense of the vice president here because I listened to you yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, it's true there are baggages because it's part of this government.
Mm-hmm.
It's true that there was a joint ticket and all that. But we must face it. The Constitution has a rule for the vice president. The vice president cannot say, Mr. Buhari, leave. Let me do your job for you. they all have their roles spelled out for them. And the man is playing the role. Whether they say she resign or not resign, that's a matter of choice. So I feel that it's unfair for us to put lots of these baggage on the gentleman. He has his soul spelled out for him, and I think he's doing it to the best of my knowledge. But what worries me now as a country is that we don't need anything that has a resemblance of what we have as a president. Nigerians have forgotten so easily because the experts in forgetting Nigerians. This president told us that he wished he was younger. Immediately said that thing. A few months after I became president, my jaw dropped because I was part of the people that did all the whole work in 2015. So immediately said so that he wished he was younger. He just literally told us that he cannot do it again, that he's weak, he's old. So we don't want anything that is like a resemblance of this. And that is why we are saying that the elderly people should go and sit and take a back seat. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, this thing about youth, also, like Kelvin referred to, do you prescribe a form of age limit? When I say age limit, it's not sacrosanct, but an average age limit. You know, would you like us to, at least educate our voters that I strongly believe we need a young and virile person. Now, young also is relative, but you need somebody who is up on his feet. You know, virile, modern, understands world economics, world politics, because it's beyond tarring roads and building bridges. Governance today is beyond all that. Governance today requires a strong intellectual input. Strong intellectual input that is not readily available for everybody. That's the honest to God truth. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of, if you cannot aspire or you cannot be appointed managing director of Cadbury or Nigerian Breweries or UAC or Access Bank or GTB, if you cannot run a conglomerate, we have no business putting the country in your hands. I think people need to imbibe that, you know, to say that, look, governance has gone corporate. You need somebody who can sit with Boris Johnson and talk with him one-on-one without being condescending, without the other man being condescending towards him. We need somebody who looks good physically, because these things matter. You remember, I don't want to refer back to that. It's not too much of a palatable and thing to say, but you will need somebody who actually looks good, that can warm up to world leaders and get a lot of things done. So I think these things are, you know, it's important that our people, we need to put our best foot forward. For God's sake, we are a country of 200 and something million people. And I don't think we'll be well represented at the top. I don't think so. And I believe that it has affected us seriously. By the way, talking of intellectuals, Fayemi just launched a book. Do you think it's going to run?
Fayemi will run.
You think he will run?
He will run.
What do you think his chances are?
I'm sure he's trying to use the governors. The governors forum. So the governors forum gives him a good chance. And so he's giving him a good chance.
He's quite knowledgeable, though.
Very, very.
It's quite knowledgeable.
So it's so if he can get that governors club, please to be with him.
If he launched a book, I wish I could lay my hands on the book.
So you can get the governors club to be with him.
To him to ask him to send me the book.
So if you can get the governors club to be with him, he has a bright chance.
You know, I never looked at that ace from there.
So
if Fayemi, let's take the Southwest. Let's stretch it a bit. Let's take the Southwest. The Aketi will most likely support him.
Definitely.
Okay, I don't know about Abiodun in the.
Abiodun, when push come to shove, will support him too. When there's nothing hope, there's nothing. You say, okay, this is my man. Let us put our ex. But we
will knock the Oshu man is.
Who?
Is out of the. He is going to support his brother. Anyway.
How he support his brother now? So.
Do you think someone will look?
So who wants to become governor second time? You're telling him to go and be struggles. Leave my son. Who someone wants to become governor second time? You're telling him to come and be struggling, to go and be telling him anything that Baba says he will do. If the thing is a failed project, he will move to the next one.
Well, one thing we can say for Sanwo-Olu is that he hasn't upset the political apple cart.
Yes,
so most likely he'll get a second.
Anything they say jump, he will jump like 2-story building for them. He just give my second term.
As you want. It's as you want.
I like the guy very well. Just give a second time.
The only the what bothers me about Lagos, now that we are talking about it, is that the PDP is just completely dead. You know, we have nobody to give the APC a run for their money.
Well, I learned Ambode wants to do something.
He had better not.
Ambode is still liked. People
Liked by who?
It's not people like Ambode.
Liked by who?
Hey.
Do you think the Christians have forgotten what he did?
You are watching Christian is that if one man in one church. You are talking. I said people. Some days ago, somebody was talking about the bus stops.
Sir, forget bus stop talk. The insult that he passed on to that part, unless he publicly apologizes, it will be used against him in the campaign. You know, he's being described as somebody who's very vindictive, and my own family has been a victim of that. In the case of my uncle.
Yes,
and there are many people who have these stories. These stories are making the rounds in Lagos, as in Lagos. Then the one of the priests tells you the kind of mind that he has. Who, in a decent world, would tell a reverend gentleman to you will sack him and tell him to vacate? It's not that he didn't rape, he didn't kill.
Well, he's a government employee.
But he's a what?
He's a government employee.
If he's a so even if he's a
I'm not standing for Akim Ambode here.
Yes.
But I'm saying that what you are saying here are isolated cases of
they
some,
are not.
No, sir. Let's be frank to ourselves. Isolated cases of some elites.
No, they are not.
No. See, if Ambode takes a ticket of PDP,
yes,
I can bet you people out of annoyance will vote for PDP.
They will not.
I'm telling you, people are tired of 22 years of these people. They will look at Ambode as a rebel.
Listen,
I am not standing for him. I've never met him before, but I'm telling you right here now that even people like us will say, okay, we are tired of Ashwaju and this thing. Let's go to Ambode.
They will not.
I'm telling you.
That would happen if you put a man like Jando as a ticket.
Jando, okay. If Jado cannot start, see whether you like. See, there's some places that you will go to.
Yes.
Let us give it to him. I went towards Adimosho. I saw how the roads were tarred. No. Listen.
I did not say he did not do it.
I went towards Agege. I saw some things that he has done. So are you telling me no roads? Are you telling me that those our masses over there, that if the man comes there and say I did this thing for you people, they will say they won't vote for him?
Look, listen.
You're talking about people Yoruba Tennis Club and Co. Those are people that have held us down. Those are people that have put their neck. Their knees on our neck. Those people we are talking about.
Is the Reverend gentleman a member of the Yoruba?
They are part of all those people now. I don't know.
No, yeah. What you know those things?
I am not saying. See.
Calm down, Osa. Calm down.
See, Ashwaju has heard some people when he was governor. Same with Fashola.
Yes.
Same with Ambode. Same with Sonwulu. So when you sit down in that seat, there are some certain decisions that you have taken that some people perceive as not good decisions. Maybe at that particular time you took it based on the fact that this is available information or intelligence that you have at that particular time. You do it. You can come back and say, oh, if I get a second chance, I won't have done those things again. So I cannot take that as a sin that I will forever banish Ambode for.
I did not banish him. Don't you see? You're playing to the gallery.
No, I'm not.
Listen.
I said if you take the ticket.
Calm down. You've spoken.
Okay.
Calm down. What you're doing is you're just playing to the gallery and whipping up sentiment, which is your legitimate right. Let him try it. I take a caller. Let him try it now. I take a caller. Hello. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for picking my call.
Yes.
My name.
Yes, Mr. Wolafe. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much. I support what you said about the dead PDP in Lagos. They are dead. Even if somebody come out, forget about it. And let me let you know one thing. Whatever any APC, the gentleman said he voted in 2015. It's not your vote. Let me just tell you the truth. That make a PMB enter as a president.
What made him enter?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's a people, they are ready to vote for any people like that.
Oh, let him finish now. Let him finish.
In the east, in the west, the Hausa side area, and Fulani. In the Kano, only Kano, 1,200,000. 1,200,000. In the Borno, 100.
Please round up. Please round up.
I'm just
Your submission.
Even anybody the APC bring out, he will win this election.
I know you're an APC man, so that's what you will say.
Can I answer you?
No.
I also want to answer
just
something
look at. I have so many callers here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
I want to say here that it's like you didn't follow the 2019 election in Lagos properly. Lagosians did not vote for APC. They actually voted for PDP.
Mm-hmm.
That's why talks went to those PDP strongholds, and the videos are online. They threw away the ballots, scatter everything. So the election was rigged for APC. The people in Lagos actually voted out APC, and they massively voted for PDP.
But what are the figures? Sorry, sir. What are the figures that you have to back this argument?
Sorry?
What are the figures that you have to back this? It is true. 1 second, sir. 1 second. 1 second, sir. Let me finish. It is true. It is true that the APC thugs went to destroy votes in PDP strongholds. But what are the figures that you have to say that overall the PDP won?
We cannot get the figure because
then you cannot. Then if you don't have the figures, the argument falls flat on the face.
The ballots were destroyed.
That's what I'm saying, sir. Because the ballots were destroyed and you don't have the figures, you can't make. Madam. You can't make a categorical statement on who won.
Those are supposed to be matters for litigation.
Well, that's another thing entirely. Okay, ma, we have to move on. Let's move on to another person. Hello.
Hello, good morning. My name is Patrick. I'm calling from Lekki.
Yes, I didn't say quickly. 1 minute.
Okay, I will put it this way. If you go to the airport and the pilot to fly the plane that will take you from Lagos to London or America is our current president, Buhari, or the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will you still go on board? If I see either of them ask the pilot, I am going to forfeit that ticket.
Okay, that is noted. Thank you very much. Let me take one more call, then we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Oga Jimmy.
Morning.
Yeah, this Friday from Igwelere.
Yes.
Yeah, see, for me, I have only two things to say against Tinubu, Oga Jimmy. He's the national party leader of APC. The fact that he has not called Garuba Shehu to order, Lai Mohammed, and the Adeshino, that one will make me not to vote for Tinubu.
Okay.
Then another thing is this, Oga Jimmy.
Yes.
If Tinubu become the president, for this conversation, this radio call we are doing, don't you think that we will be paid tax to make a call? They're cooking in our house. If you are cooking in your house, you will be paid tax for cooking. Then can Nigeria afford that?
Okay, sir. Fair enough.
Oh, God, to kill me. Classic.
Okay, before we go on, let me even ask. There's no point reacting. People have expressed opinions, so let's let it ride. We keep hearing APC, PDP. It is said that Obasanjo and Co are probably putting some party together. We heard that story 4 years ago.
It didn't work out.
We heard that Patu Tommy and Co and some other people are putting some party together. We still haven't heard from them. Is there a likelihood that you might have a third force?
Not sure. Can't work.
You think it's late?
We'll be late in the day.
Okay, what?
We are less than a year to the election now.
Yes, but what about if you have disgruntled? There are lots of disgruntled elements in both parties. What about if they come together and form one party? You don't think it will have much impact?
It's too late. They can go to another party. They can form another party. You have to go and acquire an existing party.
Well, you know what I mean? I mean the two major parties. Really,
so you have to go and acquire an existing party.
If we have these two major parties, who is the third party? Do we have a third party in mind?
There's no third party because the only party that you can call is APGA that has a governorship seat.
Yes.
So the remaining ones are not like a regional party. And just in one state. So you don't have any other party.
What happened to APGA that they couldn't win the whole of the East?
That's a very difficult question. I think they do well, but you know the way our electoral processes is.
And I think that some of their top politicians had this desire to align with the center. You know, everybody says you want to align with the center.
The center don't want to isolate yourself.
Don't want to isolate yourself.
Anambra is the home state, the hometown of Ojukwu. home state of Ojukwu. So there's this sentiment around. He was partly part of the founders of that party too. All the stuff that it was his party. I think he was a presidential candidate one time.
What kind of presidential debate would you like? I want you to just sit back and imagine if you could structure things. I want you to pick a candidate from the APC and a candidate from the PDP. What kind of debate would you like? Let me tell you my own. I'd love to see a debate between Osinbajo and Peter Obi. I would love to see a debate between Osinbajo and Peter Obi because I think they can match themselves.
I would love to see a debate
between
the same Osinbajo,
yes,
and additional.
Oh yes,
they have done something together somehow by presenting different papers at a retreat. I know that when
but wait a minute, you were telling us for sure yesterday that additional could be APC.
Yes, there could be APC now.
I forgot. It doesn't keep coming to my mind every time I think.
You see, let me tell you. See, go back to history. The person that will become president is not somebody that goes out and say, I must get presidency. You can never get it in Nigeria.
Yes, I will try. They didn't get it.
So the person that will become president, 2 months to, if you just see everything all over Nigeria, they will call everybody to collapse structure. This is the man. This is the anointed person. That's everybody will not just bad wago. That's how the person will become president in Nigeria.
But additional, I hear, is Obasanjo's candidate. Obasanjo supports him. Do you think Obasanjo would like to support anything APC? You don't think he has a leaning?
I'm sure he said now, because I was in this place, I was with him some weeks ago, almost a month ago, and he said now he's a statesman. So he's not a party.
He's not a party.
He's not a party. So his own is everything about Nigerian progress. That's what he do. So he's not. I'm not, because PDP people went to meet him. So I've exited party politics. So we are statesmen now. So we can't be doing party politics at this age now that we are now. So I'm sure he's backing him because I think he knows his potential. I'm sure some other people again in the north are also looking towards him.
Yeah, because you see, the one thing I noticed, the elite across the board, they are all worried that, and I think they got awakened by the NSAS, whatever. That if we don't fix this country, we might just wake up one day and see we've been overrun by various groups, young people, because it's becoming intolerable. So there is a desire for Nigeria to be fixed. That doesn't mean they still won't line their pockets.
They will definitely
do that. But you can see that everybody, the desire to develop the country is not patriotic. It's self-saving. It's to save them from possible Armageddon that might happen.
You see, this man said, when Kevin called, the truth of the matter is that when you can't divorce. Even if you say Osinbajo is a good man, good person, no, but the first question he asked that it was during their time that we had issues, that we were suffering, that this was hard for us and go. So we don't want a continuation of that time. I'm sure that's his biggest baggage for him too. If his principal did fairly well, at least you can say, okay, you can start chipping this or that stuff.
Sometimes refer to the few months, I think it was a month or two, that he was in the driver's seat, and a lot of things got done.
What happened was, did we have the economy? Was the economy grow more than
that? You can't do that within a month.
And so what happened then? Because DSS went to somewhere and you sacked somebody.
Well, at least you saw some. The least we need to admit is that you saw some virility in governance.
There are some certain things that he championed that make me feel that this man does not know what they are doing there. For example, now, okay, you took our Commonwealth, you went to give traders money on the eve of election, giving them money, say it's trader money, that up to this very moment they cannot get that money back. So what does that mean? What does that tell you? That is bribe for votes.
It's bribe for votes, yes. Because
that money cannot come back. Same with a school feeding program that you superintended. That your office superintended. You see, we saw videos of somewhere in Ondo when one woman come, Oniraisi come there with one bread, and open bread and put stew inside and give to the children to eat. And that thing was captured at maybe I was listening to this morning when she talked about 17 naira to 100 naira. So that bread, that small bread, was captured at 17 naira. We know what was going on with the graduates who were collecting money. Some people turned it to big rackets. They would just bring fictitious names and those things happen under his office. So even I'm not saying he was the one, but if he cannot manage those hundreds of billion and give us good accounts, even if you get your team, then we have a problem. If he was able to do that successfully well, okay, give traders money. People collected 10,000, 20,000 to do market. See, how can that solve our economic problem? We have major economic crisis, and we are busy going to market women to give them 10,000, 15,000, which they can get from a cooperative bank, in which you don't need to go there and be handing market women money in the market, in which even CBN and can work with community banks at single digits, that these people can access those loans, but they have to form a community. If you're in this market, you have to form a community.
You have better control.
Yeah, better control of those things. So those banks will go through it and be going there to collect that thing like a job. No way you go to do massive. So you won't be waiting for us to pay in 1 year. You just go there and collect it by daily. Give me the 1,000 naira. Give me 300 naira. That's how you do these things.
I got to take one or two more calls to be fair to my listeners, and then we'll get out of here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Morning, this is Joy.
Morning, Madam Joy.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ikeja.
Please go on.
Yeah.
Please, you have to call from. You have to. Son, there's noise in the background. I can't hear you. Let me pick the other call.
Oh.
Please, when you call from a quiet background, please, so we don't have interference. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Quickly, just go on quickly.
Thank you for your guest there. You know, Nigerians know what's their right, but they won't for it. This is the best candidate for presidency as of now, who can bail out of all these messes. If we can form our head together and place the man here, our country will be like a Rwanda. That's my own.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's where we'll knock it off for today, Osa. So let's do this. Let's meet again in another 2 months, so that we can review the situation, okay?
No problem, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. That's why we land. That's why we landed today. I'd like to thank Osa for taking out 2 days. He's a very busy man. It's not that easy to, because he's a money bag. Making money. Don't mind him. All these masses that he's doing, Osa, it's not part of the masses.
Don't allow.
I would declare your assets.
I have 10 cows and 3 goats too.
10 cows and 3 goats. I don't like that joke. Somebody feel that in his assets form. I don't like that joke. That's why we learned it today. I'll be back again tomorrow to discuss with Jimmy this at 9 o'clock, okay? To talk with this young chap who is a cancer, what do they call it now? He's cancer
survivor.
Cancer survivor. Thank you very much. He's a cancer survivor, so you don't want to miss that. It'll be very emotional. Keep your handkerchiefs nearby. It'll be very emotional because, like I said, I'm going to talk to the boy. I'm not going to talk to his parents. I'm going to talk to him and hear, what his experience was like, which I hope none of us ever experiences. That dreaded cancer, I felt like, man. I'd like to thank Wemimo. Thank you, man. But I think I'll take this. The t-shirt can't fit me, so.
It's a woman coat. Men's coat.
Women's coat. With this big pregnancy that I have, I don't think it will work. I'd like to thank Osa one more time. And the takers are next. Don't go anywhere. The takers will be here any minute from now. Enjoy your weekend and do something reasonable. Bye.
Hey, put a 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.